Introducing the South African Council for the Project and Construction Management Professions. The SACPCMP is a statutory professional body established through an Act of Parliament. The Council was established by Section 2 of the Project and Construction Management Professions Act No. 48 of 2000 to regulate project and construction management professionals to protect the public. The SACPCMP registers professionals in 14 categories under the construction health and safety, project construction management, and building inspector sectors. In addressing the SACPCMP's legislated mandates, we look to contribute to the country's focus on infrastructure-led economic growth and the national priorities of the National Development Plan, Vision 2030, and the Medium-Term Strategic Framework. The SACPCMP regulates specific professions that work in the built environment. The built environment refers to the functional area in which registered persons practice. The built environment includes all structures that are planned and/or erected above or underground, as well as the land utilized for the purpose and supporting infrastructure. The SACPCMP is one out of 6 councils for the built environment professions, which are coordinated by the Council for the Built Environment. The following mandates are fulfilled by the SACPCMP as required by its founding legislation. The Council engages with 16 associations, known as voluntary associations. The SACPCMP recognizes its VAs as industry representatives, but they are not regulators established by the Act. Some of our VAs include the following: the SACPCMP's value proposition to the public. It provides the public with confidence that persons registered with the Council have the necessary level of professional expertise to render applicable services. Provides students with assurance that accredited institutions offer qualifications that will sufficiently equip the students to enter their chosen professions. It provides the public with guidelines for scope of services and recommended professional fees for services rendered by persons registered with the Council. It facilitates cross-country recognition of qualifications and registrations. It provides dispute resolution of non-commercial and contractual disputes between registered persons and members of the public. The SACPCMP's value proposition to industry. Professionals registered with the SACPCMP are recognized as capable of rendering applicable services at the necessary level of expertise. This enhances their access to local and global markets. The Council provides an avenue or channel for unregistered persons to become registered persons. It facilitates the development of a human resource pool of registered persons in the sector available for recruitment by service providers. It gives voluntary associations recognition and partners with them in advancing mutual interests. It provides thought leadership for development of people and knowledge in its sector. The SACPCMP's value proposition to government. It fulfills its mandate in terms of the Act. It facilitates the development of a skills pipeline necessary to meet the infrastructure development needs of South Africa for professions under its jurisdiction. It provides support and/or advice to government and state-owned entities relevant to planning and accessing services provided by professionals under the Council's jurisdiction. There are the following benefits of registration. Being listed on a national register or database signifies that you are properly qualified as a practicing professional in accordance with prevailing legislation. The register is available to the general public and private bodies. Registration means that your competency, having been independently attested, is duly verified and accepted by an impartial statutory body in the fields that you are deemed to be competent in. Because you are required to be CPD compliant, you are continuously sensitized to considerations of unsound practices, public health, safety, environmental protection, etc., related to your industry. Employers have the surety that registered persons' knowledge of their commitment as professional is to the highest ethical standards as prescribed by the Code of Conduct and disciplinary procedures. Employers understand that a transgressor of the Code of Conduct can be removed from the public register in order not to sully the reputation of unlicensed practitioners where actions of misconduct or conduct unbecoming are proven. The SACPCMP registers in the following categories. The SACPCMP registers in the following specified categories. The route to registration is as follows. Application, verification of application and supporting documentation. Assessment, interview or exam, depending on the category of registration. Registration. Requirements for registration. Construction professions under the ambit of the SACPCMP manage work within the 6 work stages of a construction project, and their functions are clearly outlined in the gazetted scope of services for each profession. Construction project management is the management of projects within the built environment from conception to completion, including management of related professional services. The construction project manager is the one point of responsibility in this regard. Construction management is the management of the physical construction process within the built environment and includes the coordination, administration, and management of resources. The construction manager is the one point of responsibility in this regard. The role and responsibilities of project and construction management professionals are as follows. Manage relationships with key stakeholders and contractors. Create benchmarks for success and deliverables. Considering changes in budget or scope during the execution of the contract. Overseeing the logistical requirements of a project. Managing the workflow of team members. Meeting regularly with clients, third parties, and other managers to report on progress. Setting targets, objectives, and responsibilities for all supervised staff. Regularly reviewing timings, budget, labor, risk and project plans to ensure work stays on track, setting and agreeing budgets, conducting site visits to inspect work, check materials, and ensure staff are following health and safety guidelines, dealing with contracts and mitigating the impact of any issues, ensuring the delivery of high-quality work within contract timescales. The core competencies of project and construction management are as follows: project management body of knowledge, construction contracts, construction science, construction processes, design processes, financial and cost practices, stakeholder management. Entry requirements for professional construction manager or professional construction project manager are related to the minimum qualification requirements and the minimum post-graduation relevant practical experience for each qualification obtained. Candidate construction manager or candidate construction project manager has a minimum qualification requirement of an accredited honours degree in built environment field of study and no minimum requirement for experience. A building inspector is a person who is employed by either a public or private institution and is qualified in one or more disciplines, qualifying them to make professional judgment about whether a building meets building code requirements. The roles and responsibilities of building inspectors are as follows: gives assurance that building projects achieve legal building certification, prepares site inspection reports and legal notices for unauthorized building work, building regulation contraventions, attending court where deemed necessary, addresses complaints, responding in an effective and efficient manner, undertakes site inspections relating to hoarding and demolition permit applications. The core competencies of building inspection are as follows: relevant national, provincial, and municipal acts, national building codes, standards, and specifications, law enforcement, inspection processes, general construction management principles, principles of quality control and quality assurance. The entry requirements for building inspection are related to the underlying qualification obtained and the NQF level of that qualification, and this will then directly relate to the minimum years of experience required. Construction health and safety management is the management of project health and safety processes and duties within the built environment from conception to completion. The construction health and safety agent is the one point of responsibility in this regard. The construction health and safety manager means a person who is appointed by an employer to manage the planning and implementation of construction health and safety systems. Construction health and safety officer means a person who is appointed by an employer to assist site management with the planning, implementation, and management of construction health and safety systems. Roles and responsibilities of CHS professionals. Ensuring the safety of workers and visitors at construction sites. Develop and implement safety plans. Conduct site inspections. Provide training on safety procedures. Investigate accidents and injuries that occur at construction sites. Identify potential hazards and develop plans to mitigate those hazards. Effectively communicate with workers, supervisors, and other professionals on site. The core competencies of construction health and safety. Construction project-specific health and safety management systems. Construction health and safety management. Health and safety performance measurement and monitoring. Continual improvement. The entry criteria for construction health and safety is related to the minimum qualification required and the minimum years of experience related to the level of qualification obtained. When you register as a candidate, the following will be required from you. Maintaining a logbook throughout the entire candidature period. Submitting the logbook annually. Work under the supervision of a mentor. The mentor has to be a registered professional with the SACPCMP in the category the candidate is registered in. What is needed to upgrade from candidate to professional? The Council will provide guidance on your progress. During the last year of your candidacy, if you are ready, you can upgrade. To do this, you upload all your documents and your logbook to your profile. You will then go through an assessment phase. Following this, you will take an exam for CHSM and CHSO or undergo a professional interview for all the other registration categories. The following risk factors may impede your upgrade to professional status. Failure to submit your logbook annually. Failure to understand the need to submit your logbook annually. Candidates not being properly mentored. Difficulties in securing the services of a mentor. Lack of adequate support from the employer. Lack of exposure in all of the competencies required. To register or access your profile, use the following URLs. The SACPCMP website, My PCM for PCM categories, My CHS for CHS categories, My BI for building inspector categories. Read the details included on the site regarding requirements such as qualifications and experience, fees, etc. Click on the Register tab. Read the Code of Conduct. Fill in your details. Make your application payment. Once you have completed your application, log into your profile and select your designation. You can log on to your profile at any time to check progress or to do any relevant transaction. Thank you for your attention to this short introductory video to the South African Council for the Project and Construction Management Professions. We look forward to your application.